So we're here at the Wynn today, and I know this is your absolute favorite hotel in Las Vegas. Why is that?
Recently, my favorite hotel, Steve Wynn. I feel like not enough people know who Steve Wynn is. And he's just an amazing thinker. He's so underrated that I would put him on par of like a modern Steve Jobs. I just love the way this guy thinks. And more videos I watch of him where he explains his way of operating the Wynn just made me kind of fall in love with the Wynn Hotel. Very much like Steve Jobs cared about back in the day, Steve Wynn has a extra emphasis on culture, on how things make you feel, and the output of it, right? It's not just about, okay, we're getting you a room, we're getting you a restaurant, we're getting you a show, but on the way out, like, what is it supposed to feel like, right? Not enough entrepreneurs think that way. Steve Wynn is almost a breath of fresh air in someone who's doing something like this.
Can you put 20 million feet on one piece of property and execute the exchange on a 24-hour basis of humans, customers, supplies, garbage out, supplies in, employees changing 3 times a day out, and new employees in, 13,000 of them? These are daunting challenges.
Like the way he talks about running these casinos is art to him. He loves doing the hard things, really, really artful. More entrepreneurs need to love that side of the business. And it shows too.
Why does all this matter? We're talking about executing the exchange, and I know there's this saying of AI won't take your job, but someone using AI will. What do you think about that?
To a certain extent, there is truth in that phrase. However, the way that I look at it is it's not necessarily like this binary thing, right? Like we're going to take X job and replace it with Y job that's done with AI. I think what's going to be needed now is for folks to really think differently about the game they're playing. Right? Just like Steve thought differently about casinos, he was ahead of his time, arguably. We are in that opportunity now with almost every digital business. That's the gift that AI has given us. It's also the uncomfortable part of it.
Essentially, what you're talking about is specialists, right? Not just volume of people, but having specialists who are really going to help you be able to grow with a smaller footprint.
Yeah, so spot on. So I think specialist is going to be very, very important because these folks will actually amplify what can be done inside of a company that's powered by AI. I think there's probably 3 specialists that almost everyone who's trying to play this game is going to want to focus on: the marketer, the closer, and the operator.
Well, let's start with the marketer. Tell me more about what their role is in this.
I envision this person almost kind of like responsible for putting fuel in the machine. All first party, third party, any lead buying is going to be done by this person. This person has to love numbers, right? Like, and I'm not just talking about understands the working economics of profitable lead buying, like obsessed over the numbers, because again, we're playing a game of volume. So every little nuance in the way that you purchase first party and third party leads matters, right? Like this person has a t-shirt that says $200 per purchase line item, right? They love it at that level.
Next up, we have the closer. Who's that?
AI is not doing everything yet. And to be honest, I don't know that it will do everything ever, right? There's always going to be nuance. There's always going to be something that is going to require humans in highly regulated licensed industries like insurance. So this person, I think everyone has in their existing company right now. This is the person that just wants to close. They love closing. They want to come in at that 11th hour. They know exactly what to do, when to do it, any conditions, anything that's outside of the 80% of the norm. This person's going to handle. They're going to love doing it. That's the closer, right? You want it working the exhaust of what the AI produces.
Let's talk about the last one. You're really telling me that there's only one more person that people need on their team in order to build a $10 million agency?
Yeah, so 3 functions. I definitely think there might be a couple people, and at least the first 2 roles that I talked about. But this last one's special, right? The operator, most notably the CEO, the founder, the person who starts this, right? Remember in my last video when I shared that AI unlocks margin? And what you do with that margin is up to you. Those types of decisions, right? Someone is going to need to steer this ship and decide that, hey, if we're going to unlock margin by using AI, where are we going to place it in the company? How are we going to use it as leverage? And what type of agency do we want to grow? Those types of decisions are new types of decisions, but they're going to need someone to make them. We spent a little bit of time here talking about the jobs that AI is going to replace. Jobs specifically by digital workers in insurance. I would argue that these are jobs that humans don't want to do. If we do our job correctly, we're going to free up time for humans to enjoy the creations by other humans, like Steve Wynn. Come with me, let's go check out some of his work.